Well, yeah. Oh my god, it's like the game's trying to make a point. To be real, this is more about con generate. And before they can really get creepy. We might be able to pull a victory out of our butts yet. Yeah, I mean, that was inevitable, but... And then KO Gherkin just ice beams the Droom, and it's game, set, match, of course. If Rayquaza just stayed asleep one more turn, I could have pulled this off. But at least this was a good experience for us all, both metaphorically and literally. Wow, and that was like an hour in of itself. Maybe this whole recording session is a bust after all. I made an attempt at the final set of Mount Battle, but unfortunately I don't think we're quite strong enough yet. I got several hours of footage and no idea if it's worth even showing your time or just waiting to surprise y'all when we actually get another opportunity proper. So I'm kind of just looking for things to do to actually kill the time and actually have something to account for with this whole recording session. So how about we catch some of those shadow Pokemon that gotta wait. So we got Outskirt Stands, a Gate Village, Panic City, Pyrite, and Gateon. A gate is kind of a weird one. Outskirt Stands, I think is fairly obvious. So let's go for that first. I'm kind of curious what sort of trainer would be talking with a shady individual in a Gate Village vault places. Like, you think that someone like that would get sussed out immediately with all the Pokemon veterans in that hanging in the area. One thing at a time, though. Hello there, Wily. This is as good as any. Hey, you, just the kid I wanted to see. You see, I had the urge to have another Pokemon battle. No changes in the dialogue, but I still have my suspicions. Seems like the same evolution team that you had the last time we fought. Whatever. Flamechop could probably use some experience, because with Mount Battle, the battles were heavily favoring our other Pokemon, so she's been falling a little bit behind. I kind of wanted to get to level 70 before I try Mount Battle again anyways, because that was some of the levels that the Pokemon we were facing had, and let's just say the Pokemon that we face in those final 5 floors of Mount Battle are kind of at a point, they kind of are at a power level where I would not be opposed to being over-leveled, above their their particular levels. I got so focused in the battling mode that I think like all my commentating vibes are kind of burnt out, so don't mind me if I'm just cutting around all this. I don't know, I kind of just been feeling out of groove today in general. I've been spending some time with game development today, but besides that, I haven't really been too keen on any particular opportunities to do the things I normally do. At least today in particular. What was I gonna say? I guess I just don't feel talkative, so I've been focusing more on things that don't involve me talking, but I'll never get... Unfortunately, editing the videos is only half the process. I have to actually record, and to record, you actually have to talk about the things that you're doing to some degree. You know what, if he does have a Shadow Pokemon, then that was not so great. Right? Yeah, of course, it doesn't really matter because I just knocked them both out. Trying to figure out what to do with Ellie, but I guess what Ellie does best is sit there while I discharge with the other party members. Jolteon, Espeon, nothing suspicious yet. I'm just gonna go for Hyper Voice, because if I swap in the Talon Swift to take the Earthquake, which I forgot to protect from, I think you could see the wires crossing in my head right then and there. Oops. Well, I was gonna say at least Congeneric can take a hit, but no, he can't. He did not take that well in the slightest. Everyone's just getting the Pokemon, the not dying equivalent of Massacre today. Everyone's hitting the floor faster than Pokemon in a Pokemon sleep session. Well, at least this is an easy opportunity to get Flamechomp some more experience. Oh, Flareon. Your Pokemon Stadium model is not doing you well today. Oh hey, I guess you did have a Shadow Pokemon hiding in the back after all. Dude, who do you... Wait, I'm is that intentional? Is that a level 1 Farfetch? If I knew that the game was going to troll me this way, I would have brought frickin' Swiper. I guess I could technically go for an Earthquake because it's part flying. And now it feels kind of a waste that I didn't bring like a Pokeball or something. I do have the single Nest Ball for some reason. I guess I'm actually going to use a Nest Ball for a practical purpose for once. Let's see how this goes down. So 1... Not even close. Like when it's that low, it kind of makes me wonder if that was a glitch or a mistake. Cause feels like there's some sort of glitch going on, because there's no way in a reasonable logic that level 1 Farfetch took me out, even with how low of health I had. The gym's already down, so I don't really even got any good options to whittle this thing away. That tiny bit of chip damage that I got from the Rocky Helmet is probably the only chip damage I'm gonna get off on this thing. Alright, attempt number 2. Maybe the game just overflowed and the Nest Ball was actually worthless. No, this thing just has a high catch rate and a low level for no discernible good reason. At least if I knock out all the other Pokemon, I could slowly come up with a plan. I don't know. I could at least get Flamechomp experience. Let's see how much damage this really does. What's going on with this Farfetch? There's no way a level 1 Pokemon should be doing this much damage. What is going on? What is going on? What is going on? I can't believe I'm actually using a timer ball on this thing. A 1. It feels like this Farfetch is glitched. But knowing the way this game control, I wouldn't rule out that actually being a thing. Oh, come on, come on. At least let me knock out Flareon and get the experience of... Even if I catch this thing, I'm just screwed, aren't I? Why is this Farfetch one-shotting everything? I just cannot have anything go right for me today, can I? First mountain battle. Now the irony of catching the Farfetch just to get knocked out by frickin' Biker Willie. I don't even think that's gonna count because I didn't actually win the battle. Why do you have to send me here and not to somewhere with like a PC? Let me check to see if I have the Farfetch before I decide if I'm gonna reset or not. No. Didn't get to keep the Shadow Pokemon. Because of course. You know what? It's not the same recording session. It's the middle of a workday. Flat in the evening. But screw it. I can't wait until the weekend. I'm gonna give this another shot. One more attempt to get this Shadow Pokemon before bed. Oh hey, it's you, just in case I wanted to see you. No, not losing this time. We'll see about that. Still don't get to deal with the... Oh, of course now you send it out right away. I did have a secret weapon, but I specifically had it pocketed in the back of my party. Because I was hoping to take care of all the non-shadow Pokemon before this thing. Screw it, let's take the 50-50 chance of it targeting Jolteon. I'm surprised you're going for Thunder when there's like nothing good on the team. Oh. That's kind of funny. With how often that move was like one-shotting everyone, I could, especially when like so many Pokemon were so high of level above it, I assumed that there was some sort of gimmick with that Shadow Fury that was like a one-hit KO move or something like that. But no, it's just really, really strong to the point that it makes a level 1 Farfetch an absolute beast. Not sure how I feel about that, just like how I wish I kind of... wish I put the Thunder... swapped kind of generator from Discharge to Thunderbolt. Well, I did buy extra nest balls specifically for this battle. I didn't want to get too overboard, because surely this is a gimmick and not every single Shadow Pokemon is going to be level 1. But still... I took some time to like level up the said secret weapon, so I figure I do get some extra money to actually restock on supplies along the way. God, okay, it probably gets so out of hand because it just like boosts its attack every single time. But still, you know what? If I'm gonna go with the secret plan, I really should swap Ellie out here before that Rocky Helmet becomes problematic. But yeah, get good old Swiper up to level 40. If anyone can get this thing down to a low enough HP to do significant damage with, it's a good old Swiper. I'm just a little hesitant going into Fun Lin because I don't want to get one shot. Or you could just flat out be faster than me, even at level 1. Sure. Let's just be a nightmare in every shape and form. Maybe I'll just put you to sleep first, and then figure out how the heck I'm gonna whittle you down. Didn't want to pull in... didn't want to pull out my revive so soon, but putting to sleep, getting it down to 1 HP. Kinda running out of options of ways I can handle this thing. But at least now it'll be out of the picture for a few turns, or at least like it'll stop one-shotting me long enough to get low on health and possibly pull something off with. That would be fantastic. if I could just get this stupid Farfetch off the field and into my pocket sooner rather than later. Alright, now to just take care of the Farfetch. Thing is, even if it wakes up and I lose Swiper again, as long as I get this move off and I don't send Ellie back. Okay, there's just something hacked about this guy or something. Oh, frick, I kinda need Funland for later. Well, since the game is clearly lying to me, I guess I'll have to be a little bit more experimental with figuring out how to weaken this thing. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. Yeah, I hesitated to switch anyways. Like, is the game even treating it as a level 1 Pokemon? Am I just wasting my time with the nest balls? Well, I haven't tried any since putting it asleep. So, I guess this is worth a shot. I'm tempted to just reset and try again now that I know that it's clearly not level 1, or at least only level 1 by name. Because all this other BS is just not working out. Alright, so how many more Pokemon do I have to deal with? No. Well, at least now I know I can take more hits than I give it credit for. Oh. I'm just flat out Pokemon. You know, since I'm at my wit's end anyways, let's see what a Rock Slide does to it if I even get the opportunity. And I'm just gonna reset. No point in... I don't think we really gained anything out of this battle to actually be worthwhile. See y'all in a sec. Alright, I say second verse same to first, but this is technically third. So I suppose we should pull out the good old third time's the charm. Funny. Like, I could have sworn the first attempt he saves the Farfetch for last, and now he's bringing it out every time. Technically, I'm prepared. Although, I don't think Swiper's really gonna do much. I just didn't feel like running back to a PC to deposit him, so I arranged some items to try to make it work out. The big question is, can a level 1 Farfetch take a Rock Slide? First, I'm going to try to use my lower level to my advantage to bait out a turn. But I don't think the AI is that smart, or at least they're so smart that they can completely see through that plan. Also, I rearranged Aurora filters on my Pokemon, so Ellie... And Ellie has one, is what I was trying to get at. God, what is this godlike Farfetch? Taking barely a quarter of damage from a super effective Rock Slide at level 1. I'm not gonna get over this level 1 thing. It's bothering me. Though now I kind of regret going for the Rock Slide, or going for the Protect turn 1, because I could have Earthquake, but now that I got a general idea of how resilient this Farfetch actually is. Oh, just really hanging there. I feel a bit more comfortable with getting up on it. The fact that it's so fast too is kind of worrisome. It's kind of reducing my opportunities to get flinches in. Okay, barely nothing, but if you could paralyze, that would be awesome. Nope. I'm gonna try to save Ellie for later. Oh, wait. I put the Aurora filter of Fun Lin forgetting that its whole gimmick is to have the Toxic Orb for healing. Screw it, let's get mileage out of that Aurora filter while we have it. At this point, worst case scenario is that I do actually get the paralyzation off. And even if that's the case, I can just gang up on the Umbreon after I put it to sleep. And that was with an Aurora filter. This bird's unhinged. I know Breloom's not exactly known for its defenses, but still. This is very worrisome. And the fact that Swiper's been able to hang on for all of it, madness. But like, I haven't even knocked out the first Pokemon yet. This Firefetch is just completely obliterating the team. I can't believe I'm still tempted to go for the Nest Ball. But as far as I know, this Firefetch is not programmed like a level 1 Firefetch. There's no way that a level ball will actually work. Alright. This is the most damage I ever got off on this thing. Not even close. Gah! I think it just practically one-shotted every single one of my Pokemon that has an Aurora filter on them. Can I get the pair this time? Because the shipping down thing isn't really working out in my favor. Something's wrong with the game. See up there in the icon screen how I have 4 Pokeballs? Oh, I guess Ellie is just barely hanging in there. That's what's throwing things off. It feels like I have less Pokemon than 4, though. I'm gonna take a chance. Surely this Firefetch will no longer consider my Marowak useful. Nope. I think I wasted my one chance to actually make a dent on this team. Now I wish I had this charge again. Well, since you seem so insistent on saving Swiper for last, maybe I should make use of that, take it to my advantage. Finally! You know, I gotta give Swiper props. He is significantly lower level than the Pokemon we're facing, but has held up pretty strong against all the chip damage that they've done. Alright, it's in red health. I really don't want to have to do this again if I don't have to. I mean, maybe I should focus on trying to catch the Firefetch first. I think enough time has passed for a Timer Ball to be significant. Let's see what happens. 1, 2... Oh man, I got my hopes off. I can't believe this Firefetch has been one of, if not the strongest Shadow Pokemon that we've faced so far. I think I might... I'm tempted to just try again. Right now, like, who I have left? Ellie? Yeah, even if I do catch this Firefetch, I'm just immediately gonna get wiped by a Snarl. Unless I heal, but if I heal, then... You know what, so this is probably gonna end in a reset either way. Let's go for a Hail Mary. Get Ellie back to full. Throw a Timer Ball, because that apparently has worked the best out of anything I've attempted so far. I can't believe this is going to be a whole video in of itself. 2, 3... Okay, but now we have the problem of dealing with the rest of his team. Nevertheless, I salute everyone for doing a fantastic job. I might just have to bolt out the revives I've been saving up all my... Eventually. For right now, I think I'm going to take advantage of the fact I can't hurt my partner, because I have no partner, and see if I can at least get the Jolteon out of here. But I am just taking off the gloves and planning on using my revives where I can, because I really don't want to have to deal with catching that Farfetch again, if at all possible. I can't believe I just one-shot the Jolteon. Alright, yeah, it's definitely time to try to get someone else back out on the field. Desperate times call for desperate measures. It's up to you, Swimmer Speed. Can't believe all that work has just gone down the drain. I would revive, but it's finding a situation to revive it back to that immediately won't result in getting obliterated. Because I don't got too many water resists. I guess Funlin technically is a resist, but it's also so frail that I'm not sure if I really trust it for that sort of scenario. Maybe, let's see how I feel after I take out one of these Pokemon. Or maybe I should now, because they can't hurt me, but I can't hurt them. I'm just realizing that this is kind of a fruitless battle right this moment. If Funlin can survive a turn somehow, then I can at least start putting things to sleep, and that should make things a bit easier to work around. Is it on Moonlights, or did it just decide not to heal this turn? At least none of these Pokemon are special attackers. I can't believe frickin' Biker Willie's actually make me bust out the full restores. My regrets for not keeping the Toxic Orb on are just really gonna show this entire fate, especially if that's a thing. Not even shocked of who the target was. If I can find a way to get more than one Pokemon out here at a time, then I might have a shot at salvaging this, but I didn't buy these Moo Moo Milks just to let them sit and rot. Ooh, Swimmer's Bee friend. Thank goodness. I might actually be able to have more than 2 Pokemon now for this fight. As much as I would love to be at full health, I'm gonna try to be a little stingy with the full restores and the max potions. It'd be nice to save them for more significant fights later on, instead of just like grinding at the Coliseums to get money every single time I do a single trainer battle. Stay strong, Swimmer's Bee. Ah, screw it. I see an opportunity to get a one-shot, and I'm not gonna screw it up now. Oof. I mean, attack is Flareon's whole stick, so I should have saw that coming, but I'm not sure how ready I really was for it. And now, like, I'm stuck on a 1v1 with a Pokemon that just could knock me out, depending on the damage rolls, I suppose. Do I heal again? Or do I just go for it? It's just high enough in health that I'm not sure if I can knock it out or not. I've come too far to fail now. And actually I could probably... if I really want to play it safe, I could probably just revive a Pokemon and have it 2v1 and can't knock out both my Pokemon at once. Ideally I would heal up first, but I'm not quite sure about this, but I also acknowledge that I can't just keep trading energy balls and then I just can't potion every time it does an energy ball. Alright. Well, now that I know you can resist attacks better, let's get you up to full and see what this Espeon can even do. Okay, we've got Dazzling Gleam, just neutral. Okay, yeah, we're good. I think we got this. It took way more potions and healing items in general than I would have liked for one trainer fight. But gosh, that Farfetch was annoying, so I will not complain about just getting it done and not redoing it just because I was too stubborn to actually use the healing items. Whew. GG, Willie. That was way too close for my liking. Man, all this is just half an hour alone. I wasn't actually expecting it to be... I was going off the mindset they already had of, like, making shorter videos lately. Especially with, like, some 10-15 minute stuff that's probably coming out in those earlier episodes. I was not expecting to actually have a half-hour video, but depending on how I edit this, it's kind of shaping up to be that way. Alright, let's see what the deal with this Marowak is before I... or Farfetch, before I settle in. I do feel like, if only because it's level 1. No. That was not... Where's this HP? That is not 12 HP. That is not 6 defense. Definitely not 6 attack. The stats that this Pokemon have do not match up with the stats that I was facing off against. If nothing else, the level balls I was throwing should have definitely caught this thing immediately. There's some shenanigans going on, even if I can't prove it. Yeah, okay, and like, 95 is a good chunk of damage, but not enough to justify a 6 attack stat in that. What the crack is this Farfetch on? Specifically when it's being wielded by Biker Willie. Ugh. Well, at least I can go to bed telling myself that I accomplished something tonight. Thank you all for tuning in to this edition of Pokemon XG Next Gen. I guess next time we'll get another Shadow Pokemon. Maybe we'll... Ideally we get more than one, but if they're all gonna be like this Farfetch, no promises. Until that time though, take care.